Hey, how's it going, everybody? Brad the Guitarologist here, coming to you from my new second living room. You will have seen probably a couple of past videos that I put up. I'll put links up here if you want to listen to some of the awful audio, or you can just listen to the audio now. It's pretty echoey in here still, even with some furniture in here and a rug and stuff. But I've moved into my new house. I've got it mostly furnished. I had to spend quite a bit of money trying to get furniture put in here. I've got it set up the way I think I want it for a little while at least, so I can kind of stay sane and at least pretend to have a life that, you know, where I don't sleep on the floor. I wanted to review this microphone that was sent to me. This is from a company called Tonor. It's supposed to be a USB condenser microphone. It was sent to me for free to review, so we're going to get into it and check it out, so stick around. This is what I wanted to show you, this little microphone that was sent to me. We're going to get a little better look at it here, but you can see on the picture, this is a condenser style microphone. It comes with a windscreen, or pop filter rather, and it comes also with a shock mount and also a little stand. Again, this was sent to me for free, so I don't have anything in this. They didn't pay me to do a review, but I'm just kind of taking a look at it in a video because, I mean, hey, free microphone. And it kind of works out for the best, at least right now, because I need a microphone to plug in that plugs directly into my laptop for USB use. Right now, because of my circumstances. So, but anyway, here's the pop filter, well, there's the pop filter, and this is like the windscreen. Okay, so here's what you get with this package, and I think on Amazon right now, this is somewhere, I think this is $39.99 maybe. It's like 40 bucks, somewhere in that range. But this is what the microphone looks like. This is what the shock mount looks like. To be honest, the shock mount is pretty flimsy. It doesn't really hold it all that securely, but I'm not, you know, you're not going to be grabbing this thing up and shaking it around anyway, so it really doesn't matter. A couple things I don't like. I don't like the fact that there's no wing nut right here where you can't easily tighten this and loosen it. I don't like the fact that this USB cord is permanently set inside the microphone. Again, this isn't gonna go on the road or anything, but so it doesn't have to really be roadworthy, but at the same time, you would hope that in future updates to this microphone that they would replace this with just a socket so that you can get any replacement USB cable. But your average consumer is not gonna be able to fix that if it breaks, and things like that do break. The stand itself is probably gonna get you by. It's got little rubber feet on it, which will be good for just about any surface. Shouldn't move around too much, so that's pretty good. The plastic on this, though, it's just, you know, I don't know. This doesn't seem very sturdy to me. This is a kind of plastic that's pretty brittle, so I wouldn't put it through any abuse, that's for sure. We're gonna get some sound samples here in a second anyway. Right now, you're listening to a Deity microphone. That's a shotgun microphone on top of my camera, and you're kind of listening to it side on, so it's not being used in the way it's meant to be used, really. The other thing too is I can tell, it felt like at first that this was going to be metal, but I don't think it is. I think this is actually plastic. I think, pretty sure, certain it is actually. The housing is plastic, but we'll test it out. We'll see what it sounds like. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and plug it in and get some clips. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Chickadee. Pum 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 pum, la pum 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 pum. Okay, but here we are. This is a first test of this microphone's capabilities. Here it is without the filter. Here it is with the filter. Sibilance, sibilance, sibilance. But yeah, here's what you get essentially sound-wise. I'm holding this thing right now, so I'm pretty close up as well. I'm right on this little pop filter. The pop filter, I could probably take it or leave it. The pop, I could probably. I believe the children are the future, and teach them well and Let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside.
God damn, that boy can sing.
So yeah, you know, like I said, first impressions for what what this thing costs. I think it was $39.99, something like that on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. But as a solution for USB microphone that might be better than the onboard microphone of your computer, I'm sure it's going to be just fine for that. Are there better selections out there in this sort of price range? For USB condenser mics, I don't think there's a whole lot of stuff really to choose from, but there are some improvements that I would make to this, and I would definitely suggest that Tonor makes on succeeding versions of this. For one thing, this right down here is kind of unacceptable. This should be a detachable cable. I absolutely deplore, despise, and hate that part of it, because I can just see this thing breaking in the future, becoming noisy, becoming detached on the inside. Then I have to take it apart and fix it. I've fixed enough stuff like this over the years to know, what part's going to break, and it's going to probably end up being that right there. Now, the stand is not too bad. It's got these rubber feet on it, and it does kind of stay put, at least on the glass surface of this table. The legs are metal, but this everything else is plastic. I wouldn't abuse it. I wouldn't throw it around. I definitely wouldn't put it in a bag with a bunch of other stuff in it or anything like that. Maybe keep the box, because the box has the cutouts where you can transport this if you have to transport it somewhere and use it. But I mean, for what you get, I have to say, it's probably a good investment for that, at least so far. I haven't listened back to the audio yet, but I'm certain it's got to be better than the onboard microphone. It's probably even better than the microphone that is onboard on my camera. But the problem is, if I do camera shots with my regular camcorder camera that I normally use, then I would have to sync audio and video later, which I just absolutely hate doing. It would have been nice to be able to plug this also into that camera and not only be USB. I'd have to say, for what you pay for this, you're probably going to be okay. You're not, even if it turns out to be a complete dud, $39 is probably not going to break you, hopefully. Okay, so after listening back to the last clip there with my headphones, yeah, it's not too bad. You can get close up on it. I've got a lot of echoes and stuff going on in the room, and it pretty much has canceled all those out, which was sort of the idea with busting this microphone out, because I'm going to have to do some videos here coming up pretty soon, which will require me to have a little better sound in this room. So yeah, this will at least eliminate the echoes for the most part because of the directionality of the thing. But I did notice in that last clip that when I was getting real close to it, it was kind of blowing out a little bit, and that could be down to the program that I'm using. I'm just going right into OBS right now, and I'm not doing any kind of filtering, nothing at all, which is the way I would want to run a mic like this anyway. I wouldn't want to have to do too much filtering or too much post-production or any of that stuff. If you have to do all that stuff, then it just kind of defeats the purpose of having something that's plug and play, that's ready to go. I wouldn't, as far as like for singing performance or something like that, I probably would not record with this thing. You wouldn't want to put out an album with this, I don't think. But if you're doing gaming, if you're doing what I do, kind of vlogging or whatever, it should be okay for that. And for $39, it's definitely going to be better than your onboard microphone on most laptops. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe down below. If you want to check this thing out on Amazon, I'll put a link down in the description to where you can get one of these. If you do purchase one, use that link and it helps out the channel. And for now, yeah, I appreciate it, and we'll see y'all later.